Greetings, Geminis. This is Damien with HK Readings, and I'm here to do your February general love reading for 2020. Try to get like a little more light in here. There we go. This will be for my Geminian, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or Jupiter. Stay tuned to see if any of the messages resonate with you. On break from work, so I'm gonna go ahead and knock out the first February reading, starting off with Gemini. Now, if the story applies to you, cross-watcher, that's awesome. If it applies for the Gemini, cool. If whoever's watching this video does not find the resonance, you can check the videos for your other planetary alignments that I have posted here, as well as the plethora of other wonderful YouTube readers as well that we have. Many of them I go to myself for my enlightenment, so it's all good in the neighborhood. I am going to be pulling from I guess we're going to start off with the Gypsy Oracle Sibylla deck, my first deck ever here, one of 11, and we are going to read with the second to last deck that I purchased, which is the Golden Tarot here from Cat Black. Let's go ahead and see what messages we have. I'm just going to go ahead and get into it here. You know what? I came in and do this reading so quick, y'all. I'm gonna take off my shoes so I can ground in earth. There we go. Okay. If you do resonate with the message, go ahead and hit the subscribe button to stay tuned for future videos. Shoot a like and also drop your comments because I love hearing from y'all. Still working on the readings for the monthly drawings from highest viewership. So if you're waiting on that because I have contacted you, what's today? Saturday, definitely by Tuesday, I should have them all done. A few more people I still have to reach out to, but. Okay, so we got the card of falseness. Lord. These all wanted to come out, so whatever. The card of gift, the card of love, widower, consolation, prison, and sorrow. All right, so what I'm immediately getting from Spirit pertaining to these Gypsy Oracle cards here, Gemini, this is either you or, the person of interest. I think there's a lot of stress over if a certain connection is going to work. I think that, there's definitely an energy of someone here who I think when it comes down to control, if you relinquish a little bit of the control you're trying to have on the situation, you'll see things clearly. There's a lot to gain and to be discovered as far as embarking on a fruitful journey with someone. There's a lot of love, there's a lot of reciprocity, there's a lot of giving, but for some reason, Gemini, I feel like you may be looking for things to go wrong, looking for things that just looking for shit where you shouldn't. It's just like it's not even there, because I see a lot of anxiety around just the thoughts of this person. A lot of anxiety. Basically just old ways of thinking that you need to clear out. I wouldn't do anything to self-sabotage this relationship. Be mindful of that, because it seems as though, like, for those who resonate with this, if you look back to the past relationships you've been in, there might have been a lot of self-sabotage, because you're used to just things ending, I guess. You know that things must end, and sometimes you get fixated on the end point opposed to like the journey in between. And you just got to relax. This is an individual who has a lot of love for you, but doesn't really understand where you're coming from. So if you do carry out these actions of second guessing, of being insecure, or just being like super in your head and all that, you know, how are they gonna reasonably be there for you and try to understand? They're gonna be like, what the fuck is going on with Gemini? Like, am I getting more than I signed up for here? Like, that's honestly the tea that I'm getting. Things aren't what they seem. So if you think this is going to be just like some of the last relationships you've been in, it's just not. It's just not. I think it's going to be real good. But you're stressing, you're worried. There's a lot of anxiety here. It's very hard for you to think of who you want to give your emotions. Like it's very hard for you to open up. And I think this is so far just talking about you being vulnerable and honest with yourself, okay? It's interesting because what also came out was the death card. So we have the death card and the widower card together, just showing me that there is some transformative energy that's attempting to come into your life. But what you have to do is just separate yourself from negative baggage and old energies. Yeah, so we've got the card of surprise, we've got the card of wedding, and we got the card of pleasure seekers. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Now, for a certain group of you who resonate with this, I think you know that this person has just separated from someone, or they could be literally separated as far as, you know, the next step towards divorce. And you know, you don't want to be a part of a situation where this person could be lying to you, trying to have their cake and eat it too, still, you know, investing time and energy into this person, although it's supposed to be done. You know, this person that you're coming to grips with might have someone that they're fading out from, and you're just like, I don't want to compromise myself for this. I do feel like this person truly loves you and would be willing to make the changes necessary. You know, like they're not lying about that. You know, to have you in their life and to no longer be in union with this person that they're dealing with. It's just almost like you don't know if you can take this person serious. So I see that part of it is, you know, your own internal dealings, but also, you know, there's legitimately something going on that has you wondering, like this person is legitimately closing out, or at least presenting that they're closing out a chapter in their life. And I just feel like you don't want to invest your time in that. It's just like, why can't I find somebody who just wants to be with me? Why is it that, you know, I'm intuiting a download here. It's just like, you know, why is it that I always have to get with people that are involved? And I got this for Cancer too. It's just kind of like, why is it that the ones who are attracted to me, or, you know, that I end up falling for, they seem to be married, you know, or taken, or just in some sort of commitment. And, you know, you don't want to start off building a foundation with someone with them still being involved with someone else. I get that. Within that same group, they could very well be ready to marry you, and you don't necessarily trust that. It's kind of like, how are you gonna hop from one relationship or one marriage and just straight into another? It's just a lot of things that aren't making sense to you right now. Because, you know, for somebody who's not trying to compromise themselves, be hurt, deal with bullshit, deal with drama. What's that quote from Megan Thee Stallion with that song Big Booty that she did with Gucci Mane? It's like, how does it go? Put me in designer and let me meet your mama. If you got another bitch, don't put me in no drama. Like, that's just the thing. You're like, I'm gonna sideline that drama, you know? I'm not doing that. But for others of you who, you know, they might not be seeing anybody else, it seems as though what's behind the scenes that they want with you is a true commitment, but they may be confusing within their actions as far as, like, they could treat you like a friend, you know? Like they have a lot of fun with you and there's the camaraderie there, But it's just like, you know, it's just like, okay, so do you like me? And what it seems to be is that they're taking it just very, very slow. Okay, seems to be that they're just taking it very, very slow, trying to fill out the waters because they have, on both ends, who, you know, like both stories of Gemini that I'm reading for, like they have their worries about you too. Because they know you're not going to tolerate shit. They know that you'll move on if shit's not popping like it needs to be. Like, they have their insecurities too. And I don't think they want to make the wrong move or necessarily move too fast. So, you know, two peoples with a lot of worries. Just a lot of worries. Got Two of Wands, King of Coins, Ten of Coins, the Moon, the Hermit, the King of Cups. Shit, Gemini. All right, now see, this is what's interesting, okay? I'm just reading it how I see it, or how I feel it. It looks like somebody else is gonna come in. While it's almost as if it's like, while, you know, you're figuring things out, if you want to be with this person, if it's worth the sacrifices you're seeming to have to make, it seems that there's going to be somebody who comes along and tempts you. Someone else who comes along and tempts you. We have the energy of the person that you are connecting with as the King of Coins. We have the King of Cups on the board as well, coming up for, I think, the Tempter. I think it's honestly like some player type energy, some smooth operator type energy, somebody that, you know, you probably can't trust too much. I feel like it's because, you know, what they give you or what you're used to is someone who, because this King of Cups is someone who comes on pretty strong and they're laying it down thick and they're like, baby, baby, baby. And they're just, you know, doing all the things. But the person that you're dealing with is coming up with the King of Coins. You know, he's more, maybe less exciting, maybe less adventurous. And like, if someone, and if they're trying to take it slow with you, and it could very well be an Earth sign, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, that's also part of the complexity. You know, it's like they're dealing with someone else, and even if they're not dealing with someone else, for those of you, you know, where that's the case, it's still like they're just not doing very much in your eyes to show you what's up. Like you're used to people coming at you a certain way. Whereas this person is more about stability and practicality and building a life with you. There's a more nurturing and exciting side, but I feel like this King of Cups energy is also someone who's very wounded, and it will just throw you into cycles that you've been in before. You know, you can't always go for the captivating one, Gemini. You can't. I would think twice about that because, you know, with the Moon and the Hermit preceding the King of Cups, there's a lot to find out about this individual. If you were to go that route, but also it's like, you know, with the Hermit here, it's like you already know where that's going to lead. Okay, so there's more behind the scenes of this energy that's going to come and try to distract you, but it's going to be a setback, is what I'm getting. And with the Two of Wands here, it's like you've already put a lot in motion, and, you know, and you see how there's already the hand on this wand. It's kind of like you already know who you should be with, who you should stick it out for. Honestly, I think, you know, your intuition is keen, and also knowing that. And I feel as though you will proceed to move forward with them. King of Coins, you know, followed by the Ten of Coins. You're definitely going to see, or you should see, it's advised that you see, that the safer bet to promise security is going to be with this individual. Now, I pulled another card for this bottom part here, and we got the Eight of Cups. So I really feel the spirits are just saying this is something that you might have to walk away from, being tempted, okay? Or just going with what seems to be the safer bet without realizing what comes with it and what comes behind it. Just go for the boring dude, go for the boring chick. Like that's just basically, you know, what I'm getting here. And I'm kidding when I say boring, you know, like go for the boring dude, but at the same time, like, yeah, go for the one who's definitely gonna be different, that you know is different than what you've had. Trust the intuition, trust the slow process of it all, because that's how you build the most stable foundation. Look at these homes out here, these townhomes. Hey, they're slapping them up in every city. And after 2 years, you already got, you know, fucking, you know, oxidized shutters and shit's turning all orange and rusty, you know what I mean? And then you also have like, you know, craftsman style homes and bungalows and things like that that have been around for like 100 years plus, and they're still kicking because the foundation, you know, is on point, and it took a little bit longer to build those houses. That's just, yeah, there's something sacred about this bond and this relationship. I would say let them close out their chapters. Do you know, don't cut life short for them, but also don't cut them off. I don't think you have to do that either. Let things play out. And as far as the distractions, I would just leave them alone. But it seems like you have a pretty safe bet here with whoever, you know, is currently in your field or who's going to be coming in that you're just unsure about. Take this time to definitely deal with your with all of the triggers that this connection evokes in you. Take the time for that, okay? And just let things work out naturally, but definitely don't be tempted. I feel like this King of Cups is someone that you've walked away from in the past. This energy that could be, you know, that's coming in to distract could very much be an ex or somebody that you know that you used to fool around with or something like that. And, you know, just they want to finally come and see what's up because, you know, just as when things get real with someone, that's when it's like people smell it. Or they just get a weird taste in their mouth, and now they're blowing you up, and now they're coming back around, and you're just like, where the fuck have you been? It's like, can you smell the fact that I just fucked somebody else? Like, can you smell the fact that I'm talking to somebody else? Like, it's just weird how they come out of the woodworks. But that is basically what I'm getting, is you got to watch out. It looks like, honestly, for you, because I'm looking at the imagery in the Eight of Cups here, it's multiple people. Like, people coming out of the woodworks. That's what it is. People coming out of the woodworks. Trying to offer you a cup, or they're trying to lure you in with a cup. One thing about this King of Cups to note as it pertains to this situation is usually with certain cups or coins, when we're talking about offerings, there's usually an extension. And you notice how the cup is just posted there on that rock, and he's just looking out with the arrow on the boat, looking out with the arrow towards the folks on the boat. And it's almost as if, like, you know, these energies are just trying to bait you with that cup with some foolery, because they're not handing it to you. They're like, it's here, you know, come and get it. And it's just gonna be some bullshit. It's just gonna be some bullshit, Gemini. That's pretty much what I have for you for February. I'm also intuiting that if you, like, when it comes to like Valentine's Day, the cutesy stuff, you know, because, you know, some people still care about that shit. I definitely see, like, if you're wondering if you're gonna have someone for the holidays that are coming up, including that one, it all depends on you making the right decision. And I can't wait for your bonus. Actually, I can't wait for your bonus. But I love you, Gemini, and I will see y'all very soon. Bye.